Focus. And you commit? You're not only going to graduate here with a 4-year degree, we're going to win a national championship together.
Look, guys, I just want to thank my teammates, especially my O-line. Without them, this opportunity wouldn't be possible.
I want to take a moment to thank all the coaches who helped me along the way. It's because of them.
I want to thank everyone for showing up today.
Hey, don't forget to thank your mom. Never forget to thank your mom. Mind telling me where you're going to be signing?
Actually, it's why I'm hiding in here.
Well, I know you'll make the right choice. And if you need any advice, I'm always here.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Yeah, anytime. Actually, I've been meaning to run into you. Hello? Hello?
Who's it gonna be?
Okay. Big decision, no pressure.
Ready, set, hot, hot.
With this team's star starting quarterback out, they're turning to a kid who's never taken a snap in college. Not one.
Look, their game plan isn't complicated. Drop back, scan the field, and throw it to Isaiah Street. That's what got them to the college football playoff, and that's what's going to keep them in this game.
Drop back, scan, and throw. We're not sure the new kid can do any of these things. Don't you think that's a little harsh, Snape? 4 years ago, he was a 5-star recruit. They had high hopes for this dude.
Does not say something right there. What happened to that trust?
Coach, you wanted to see me?
Come in. I want you to be the first to know that Marcus Washington decommitted last night. And he's coming here.
What? That doesn't make any sense. You said I was going to be the starter.
He's the #1 recruit in the country, son. And there's no guarantees in college football. I'm sorry.
I'm not going anywhere. Bring him in. I'll win the job. Just wait.
If you're the coach, how do you let 5-star talent waste away on the bench for this long?
No. Better question is if you're a young, 5-star recruit. Why do you stay with a coach that doesn't play you?
Because he's got something to prove. To who? To that coaching staff, man. I mean, the same group of guys who spent the last 4 years telling him, you're not good enough. He's got to prove it to those guys.
Yeah, take this.
All right, gentlemen. Like Coach and I always say, the second you step off this bus, you're on a business trip. We got a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. Oh, you ask me, you're the guy to get it done.
Hey, JoJo. Ooh, lose weight. I did. Yes. Glad you noticed. Hey, boy.
Game day, baby, game day.
Get in there. Whoa,
Hey.
whoa, whoa, whoa. The event staff is around the corner, you see. Hey, babe, go on in there.
All right.
This is for players and coaches only.
I'm here to play Florida State.
What?
The Seminoles, yeah.
You? Okay. What's your name?
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah,
Well, I don't know who you are, but, go ahead.
I'm the quarterback.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me. You're the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't look so surprised. It's my job to know the roster. I'm Taylor Bennett. I'm working the sidelines tonight.
Okay, cool. Nice to meet you.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna record them.
Okay.
Right? So we all know your situation tonight, but we really don't know much about you as a quarterback. How would you describe your style of play?
Oh,
Oh, man.
Hey, what's up, man? I like to keep the defense guessing. You know, if there's a lane, I'll find it and go.
Okay. Now, how about your personality? Or better yet, how would your teammates describe you?
How my teammates describe me?
Yeah, were you intense? You were cutthroat, a great leader, a jokester? Give me something.
You know what? I'm kind of a film junkie. I like to lead by example in that way, so... People would joke that I was like a mini-me of the coach.
Okay.
Yo, Taylor. Hey, can I borrow him for a second?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Wait, hold up. You're a Heisman voter, right? Hey, I'm coming for that award next year. Look out for me.
Oh, I will.
Okay. All right, listen. You ready, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah? Because winning the national championship means everything to me. All right, I made a promise to my brother. And since I can't throw the ball to myself, we need to be on the same page, you feel me?
I got you, man. I got you.
All right.
now. Stick the oar. All right. Here we go. 50, plant. Down. 5. On the double. Leaf river, leaf river. Ready. Let's go. Let's go. 10 Lobo. Now. Here we go. 18 Gator. Ready, ready. Set, ready. 60 Pittsburgh. Hit it. Ready up. Shoot. Break. Hut. Ready, ready. 30 base. Set, go. Set. 60 outlaw. Right. On the set. Get it. Right. 5.
Easiest pitch and catch. And you do that tonight, and we move on.
All right, I just talked to Coach. He insists on going with a simplified game plan for you tonight.
And what do you think?
Well, his thinking is we keep it simple, you don't get overwhelmed, and then we rely on the defense to do their part.
Hey, hold on. Is this a joke?
All right, look, Coach just wants to put him in the best position to succeed.
No, this ain't high school ball, man. All right, this is the semifinals. If we go out there and simplify, they're going to destroy us. Come on, this is crazy, right? Right?
Agreed. Coach needs to wake up. I'm ready for this.
Forget about him, man.
Listen, I don't care how much you played, you're a leader on this team. Leaders, sometimes they have to do what's right, even if they don't like it.
Got it, Coach. I got you.
Yeah?
Well, outside it's a rare Texas snowstorm, but we are indoors here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, and tonight it's the first of our college football playoff semifinal matchups, as we'll see the Florida State Seminoles taking on the Florida Gators.
What's up, bro? Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Hey, man, don't listen to the critics. You got all the talent in the world. Just go out there and put on a show.
Thanks. Means a lot.
All right, man. Hit me up when you get to the league.
Yeah.
For the right to play for a national championship next Monday night in Santa Clara, we are underway from Arlington in the national playoff semifinal. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the first snap of his college football career as the Gators start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Clements. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. For the Gators, they are in search of their 4th national title in school history. They lifted the trophy for the first time back in '96, and then most recently they were champions in 2006 and again in 2008. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. The 20! And he takes it in for a Gator touchdown. That has to be just a gigantic confidence builder for an inexperienced quarterback. A long touchdown pass on this opening drive.
And truthfully, it doesn't matter how far the ball travels in the air. It's the end result. When you see the official raise his arms and realize you've completed a touchdown pass, your confidence goes sky high.
Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seminoles here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, George. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. For Florida State, they're seeking their 4th national championship. They were winners back in 1993, also in '99, and then most recently back in 2013. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like...
That's caught. Touchdown, Florida State. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Getting ready for their next possession, this Florida Gator offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because...
He's got a man complete. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, that student section wasn't alive. They are alive and well now. That chunk play woke them up. It is starting to get really, really loud in here as this offense is on the move here in the 1st quarter. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. You got it! You got it! And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Clements.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. This will be a carry for Clements. And he is in. Touchdown Gators. A 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Florida State offense ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wilhoit. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of the story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it's really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. The Gators now with a 1st and 10. Off play action. James steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Looking to throw. James. Oh, the pressure too great. And he goes down once more.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Throwing on 1st down. George. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. George looking to pass. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, Be aware, a ball may come your way.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. But Charles, so much of this offense the last few years centering around the combination of Marcus Washington and Isaiah Streets. Streets saying Washington's like a second brother to him. And, of course, many know the story. Isaiah's older. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Taking it about the 36. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On the carry, this is Wilhoit. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll run now with Wilhoit. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, watch number 5.
Now they'll run on the draw. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. George. Throw left side complete. That's Brady. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Getting ready for their next possession, this Florida Gator offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. 1st and 10 now, Florida State. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
53, check 53. Watch the run, watch the
The final shot before break. George looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Brady. One half down in Arlington, and it's the Gators on top.
Hey, kid. Just checking in with you. How do you feel about the first half?
That's how we're playing. Let's go. We had a great first half. We keep doing what we're doing, we might win this thing.
There's a lot of we's in that sentence. It's a good thing to recognize your teammates, but you remember, you're leading the charge tonight, all right? So get out there and let's put this thing away. Second half. Let's go.
Hey, Coach. Really good job out there in the first half. I should have trusted you more. That's on me.
That's right. You should have trusted me. That's why you recruited me.
Well, I can't change the past. So, let's go finish this thing off in the second half. As a team.
Thanks, Coach.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half in this semifinal matchup from Arlington. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Seminole offense about ready to get going again. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Off the play fake, George. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying under double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
if you're a wide receiver and they call a screen pass, you're counting on some people being out in front of you blocking. But that play was well diagnosed by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, and they got there and swarmed and finished off the play.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And he takes it in for a Gator touchdown. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too, and just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Extra point safely through, and that makes this a 9-point game. Here's Florida now after the touchdown, back out to kick it off. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Florida State offense ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here. It wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on in man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Now George, and he will find his man on the outside. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Seminoles here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, George. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. Back now here on EA Sports. To throw on third down, George. As we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. A gain of 8 and a first down. In a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Gators about set to take over again on offense. The field goal we just saw has us now at a one-score game. And on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Seems to me that our friend, Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. And take it right at the 35. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, George. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The second down attempt there, knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
First and goal for the Seminoles. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this in. Touchdown, Seminoles. It's a 10-yard touchdown run. And his guys are just an extra point away now from taking the lead in this game. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 22-21. At time, a huge factor. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes the catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. So much made about the fact that we've got a quarterback who's never seen the field in a college football game, but you go back to his high school days, he's played in front of crowds. Maybe not quite this size, but it wasn't abnormal for them to have 15,000, 20,000 people in the stands at his high school games, and the numbers from his senior year as a prepster, impressive. Led his team to a 14-0 record, threw for close to 4,700 yards, 37 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions, and he also chipped in 11 rushing touchdowns to boot. So it's not as if this guy doesn't know what he's doing out there under center. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Isaiah Street's the intended target, and it's third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you want...
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
And that one... Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. 1st and 10 now, Florida State. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So it'll be an offseason of what-ifs for these guys. No Marcus Washington, and ultimately it was too much to overcome as they lose by a point here in this national semifinal.
Let's get in here, man. Keep your head up. There's nothing to be ashamed of.